party people, welcome to another weird little video. Today I want to talk to you guys about getting sober and about what that has meant for me over the past almost couple of years. I'm coming up on 600 days sober this month, and that feels really big to me. And on sort of like landmark occasions in my sobriety, I always try to reflect and think about all the good that has come with getting sober, and there is so much to go over. I just wanted to start this video off with a little bit of a disclaimer. I just want to say that I know that everybody's experience with sobriety is totally different, just like I know everybody's experience with the addiction itself is different. I've had questions from people who maybe didn't know that I was struggling in the way that I was, and I often find myself and even others in my life comparing my situation to that of other people, and that's not fair because we're all different. And I just wanted to start off by saying that. So if you're a person, let's say, who's sober and you've just been thoroughly just discouraged and it's been really hard for you, and any of the things I say don't relate to your experience, I think that that's totally valid. And I try to approach sobriety mostly from a positive angle because that helps me. But if it appears to you like I am seeing things through rose-colored glasses, I get it. And the last thing that I would want is to make anybody feel bad about their experience or feel less than. But I just want to share all these positive things that I have observed over the years because I want to encourage other people to let go of their addictions and to take the step forward, even though it's scary, because there are so many reasons to. Now that that has been said, let's get started. I was writing this list yesterday, just sort of like brainstorming ideas. And it was so much fun to remember the beginnings of getting sober because it's so intense. And like nowadays, it's not even something that I even think about on a daily basis. But when you're in early days, it's like your whole life is just like, I'm not drinking. What am I going to do to fill my time? And that's kind of my first point. And the first thing that I really love about being sober is like, you get the space and the time and the clarity to figure out what your passions really are, like outside of just that substance. Because before, whenever I would like have a bad day, be bored, have too much time on my hands, feel depressed, it was just the answer to everything was just to reach for that substance. And now that I don't have that, it's like, okay, what do I reach for now? And for a long time, I didn't have an answer to that. And I just fell really deeply into depression, which I think is normal. But as time has gone on, it's gotten easier for me to recognize that I like have all these genuine interests that I didn't even get to see before because they were just covered up. Or they were just too far away. Like, I never got close enough to experience them because I was just always going with my number one, which was alcohol and smoking weed. So that's really the first thing. It's been so much fun to discover what I'm really into and what my real passions are and what makes me tick. And another thing that I really love about getting sober is just the like level of self-confidence that I have now. I used to be so afraid of being exposed and of people knowing my secret, and I was afraid that I was slurring my speech. I was afraid that people could see that I was, so hungover and so like feeling the night before all the time. And now that I don't have to go through that, I feel like I can just walk into a room and be myself, and I don't have to worry about it. And that's really amazing. And it's also really helped me to get closer to the people around me, because before I feel like I would keep a certain amount of distance because of the fear of that secret being exposed and fear of them being able to recognize what I was struggling with. And now, I don't have to worry about that stuff. So I can just like be more present, and I am more apt to like show up for people. And I can be more like in your face with the fact that I'm your friend, I care about you, and I'm willing to like share myself with you. And before, I just couldn't really do that. I couldn't offer that to people because I was embarrassed all the time and I hated myself. So that's just the way it was. Another thing that's been really awesome about getting sober has been like the physical aspect. Like drinking and smoking cigarettes, it like destroys your body, obviously. You're just poisoning yourself. And over the years I like developed asthma, and I reached a point where I was always sick. I was always hungover. I was always vomiting. I just felt terrible all the time. So to be able to just like feel good, like to just wake up and expect to feel good, is like insane. And now my asthma that I developed over the years, like, is basically gone. I sometimes have to check in with myself about that and be like, yo, you like feel good like pretty much all the time. That's crazy. Low-key, another thing that's really awesome about getting sober is like just being able to like get up and go at the drop of a hat, no matter what, because you're always in your right mind, and like you don't have to worry about being too drunk to drive, or like too hungover to drive, or just like being out of commission for some reason. Like, I'm just always good to go. Like, I can just always go, which, I mean, seemed like more of a problem when you were drinking, so it's something that I forget about now because I just am always good to go. But man, I just remember there being times where I like knew like, oh, so and so might need my help tonight with something, but I don't know, and like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to help them because I can't not drink tonight. Like, I'm not working, I'm at home, I'm gonna drink, so maybe I'm just not gonna be able to pick up my phone, you know? And like, that's like really sad. And like, to just know that you're a terrible friend, you can't be there for people because you're always gonna put the substance first. It's like devastating. So it's so cool to just not even have to worry about that anymore. And like, I can be there for people. I can go to work at the drop of a hat. If I get called in early, I like can go. It's not like devastating because I'm like just so sick. It's awesome. In summary, it's really cool how I now have this opportunity to just like feel the confidence to make choices at any given moment and to like trust myself. And because of that, like, opportunities open up for you, opportunities to explore your interests and meet new people and figure out who you really are. And I just think that that's so cool. And there are so many more things that are awesome about sobriety. And like I kind of said up top, there are things that are just so miserable about it too. It's not easy, and it's very difficult to keep these things in perspective. So that's why I like to bring them up on my channel, because they're not always at the front of your mind. I hope that you guys like this weird little video. I really hope that you recognize that this has come from a place deep within me, and that I really have been considering this stuff a lot. I'm coming up on 600 days sober, and it feels like a lot, and I feel really good about it, and I just want to put that out there. And I want you to know that if you are considering getting sober, if you are sober and maybe you're struggling, or if you're like me and you're in this place where it's really good but it's also kind of scary, and I support you, and I'm here for you, and I love you, and I would do anything for you. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.